everyone. Chef Jeff made this delicious icing for the Safari kids. This was so lovely.
Hello, Gloria.
Hello, everyone. What have you got there?
We brought decorations from our homes to decorate the cakes for the cake sale.
What's in that bowl, Ma Gloria?
It's icing.
And what are these little bottles?
They're food coloring. I thought you'd like different colors to use for your cakes.
Even blue?
Hey! Huh? Kamohelo's going to make a blue cake. I've never seen a blue cake, have you? No, it might look very nice, but who's going to want to buy a blue cake? Hey, and these cakes are for a cake sale. What? I hope my Gloria talks her out of it. Sure, blue cake. Sure.
You can make your cakes any color you like.
Ma Gloria, our teacher at school says that we're probably going to cut our cake after everyone's seen him and sell them in slices.
In slices? That's a good idea. Then everyone can have a slice without having to spend a lot of money on a whole cake.
It's also a good idea to sell the cake by slices because mine is the biggest.
What makes you say that, Ron?
Well, when we measured the perimeter of our cakes for the ribbon, mine was the biggest by far.
Ah, but the perimeter and area are not the same thing.
What's the difference?
Well, the perimeter is the distance around the border of a shape, and the area is the amount of ground or surface covered by a shape. For example, let's have a look at the menu board. This measurement here is the perimeter, and this whole area of the board here is the area.
So the perimeter and the area are not equal.
Nope.
So even though my cake has the longest perimeter, it might not have the biggest area?
Exactly, Ron.
So which cake does have the greatest area?
Let's work it out. We can use these cubes again to work out the area. Remember that your cakes were built out of the same size units or cubes. Kamohelo, let's look at your cake. How many cubes did you use?
I used 4.
Right. Now let me write this up on today's menu board so that you can see it in 2 dimensions. This is the outline of Kamohelo's cake. It has 4 squares which are put together to make 1 square. So there are 4 squares. So this shape is made up of 4 square units.
Oh, that's quite easy to work out then. I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my cake is 5 square units.
Exactly.
So mine is 4 square units like Kamohelo's.
And mine is 5, like Shivana's, but my cake had the longest perimeter by far. So I see how perimeter and area are different.
So what about this? My whole cake is a square. It's 16 centimeters that way and this way. So that makes it a square. Is it not 1 square unit?
Yes, you're absolutely right, it is. Now, what's the difference between your 1 square unit and this square unit here?
It's the different size.
Exactly. They're both square units, but we've decided that 1 square unit is only 8 centimeters, just like this one, for this exercise.
So we could have, say, a square unit that's a meter across each instead of 8 centimeters.
You could. You just define what your unit is going to be first, which is what you're going to use the whole process.
Oh, nice.
Hey, Marvin,
Yes, Marvin.
what's the area of our house?
Ah, that's an interesting question. I would have to work that out.
Hey, it can't be that hard.
Well, actually, it's quite a complicated calculation. You see, I would have to find out the length and breadth of every room, and then I'll
What are you talking about, Marvin?
You asked me if I know the area of our house,
Yes.
and I'm telling you, it will take me a while to work it out. I need a measuring tape and a pen, you know?
To tell me the area of our house?
Yes!
Phew.
How else am I going to do it?
Well, just look at some of the letters we got in the post last week.
What are you talking about?
On the letters, people have written our address and our area.
Area?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean that area? You mean where we live? Not how big it is.
Oh, gee, dude. You have to make everything so complicated. Phew.
But
you what colors you're going to use for your cakes. But just make sure that the colors that you use go with the decorations you've got.
I brought this packet of Smarties and I'm going to put them around the perimeter of the cake. So, my cake can be any of these colors.
It's a lovely color.
Yeah.
Are you doing all right there, Kamohelo?
Yeah.
Okay, once you've mixed, you can start putting the icing onto your cakes. Remember, Ruan, your cake has a much bigger area, 1 whole unit more than Kamohelo's. So make sure that you spread your icing very thinly so that it covers the whole area.
I'm sure there will be enough.
Ooh, Shivana, your cake is such a bright yellow.
At least everyone will remember it.
I'm sure your teacher's going to be very happy with these cakes that you've built out of rectangular prisms. Well done, all of you.
Thank you.
I'm very proud of you.
Covered by a shape. Imagine how much cake we could all double. Perimeter, area, don't confuse the two. We certainly wouldn't, so why would you? We certainly wouldn't, so why would you? We certainly wouldn't, so why would you? We certainly wouldn't, so why would you?
What, eh? So the safari kids are coloring their cakes with bright icing, yeah, and ribbons and other things. I hope people will buy them. And I learned today that area is not the same as perimeter because area is all the ground covered by something. What?
Perhaps you can try and work out the area of your classroom. See you again soon. Bye.